Intelligent product BI tool, which includes both the desktop and web-based applications. So I already discussed this for loading, modeling, and visualization data. Okay, so I think you would have heard of this Gartner. Gartner would generally do this analysis. Market may, which is at the top, which is at the last. All that they'll give you some quadrant related information of. They'll do the surveys of on different things actually, not only on this, but this is a quadrant matrix which I got it from 2018 version of it. It is actually, but still, if you see this, Microsoft, this is Microsoft Power BI. It stands tall. It has good demand in the market. So this quadrant table represents, which is leading the market. That's what it says. So Tableau and Power BI are market leaders, as far as Power BI tools are concerned, business intelligence tools are concerned. Even Tableau has a good market out there. And why people prefer Power BI is it's because of the simplicity, and it's because of the Excel interaction, because the way what we do in Excel, it's similar to that. So that is why it has become an instant success, Power BI. Okay, so it stands tall. It's in good position out in the market as such. There are other tools as well. We have SAS. SAS is also one of the reporting tools, and we have other tools as well. But this Power BI and Tableau has beaten the market big time. Yes. So this is also the slide which we already discussed. So what is that we are going to do? We connect and transform data. Of course, millions of records. We do that. And build relational models to blend data from multiple data sources, and we create complex calculations using DAX formulas, and then visualize the data with interactive reports and dashboards. And of course, Power BI is the leader among BI platforms. That's why Microsoft Power BI is a powerful, absolutely free to get started. So yes, we already discussed all this. Okay, so even this I have touched on. Power BI was Excel. So Power BI and Excel, Power BI is basically developed on Excel platform, taking the same soul from Excel. They have developed this tool called Power BI. So Power BI and Excel are built on top of the same engine. So whatever options available with your Power Query options in Excel, almost all same options is available within the Power BI as well. Okay, and the transition is very, very easy. If you are really working good with Excel, you can easily get the transition. The learning part is very easy. You can import entire data created within the Excel, can be imported into Power BI, and do whatever visualizations you can do. Okay, so yeah, Power BI takes the same data shaping, modeling, analytical capabilities, whatever are there in Excel, and it adds new reporting and publishing tools as well. Okay, so we discussed that, right? For publishing into online services, which is not there in Excel, they've included in the Power BI stuff. Let's see, when I publish it, I say publish it into the online cloud services. That link is there, so you can click on that link even in a mobile. Okay, in your mobile or your tablet, or in your system, anywhere you can access that report. Basically, it's not only in the system, as I said. You need not have to have any tool to be installed in your anywhere it is. Whoever you are sharing to, they need not install the tool as such. They can just click on that link. They will be able to access that inside mobile or tablet or anywhere. You have a Power BI app as well. You can install that basically, but in mobile we cannot do many things. It's difficult to create reports and all there. You just can view basically for marketing managers or senior managers who always will be they'll be on business meetings, they'll be traveling here and there, right? So they don't be able to carry their laptops every time, let's say. Okay, in that case you can just share your report through Power BI cloud online services, such that they can just visualize that in their mobile itself, and they can give you a heads up to proceed or whatever it is. So all that can be done once you import the data into the web. then you can basically access it from anywhere as such. And one more important thing is there. Basically, when you open the Power BI, okay, so you will get a pop-up window like this. Okay, you will get a pop-up window like this, where it will ask you to sign in to collaborate. Okay, now, for one thing is, when you start uh, working with Power BI, just to create some reports in Power BI, you need not sign in. Okay, but when you want to publish the reports into the cloud environment, there you definitely have to sign in. Okay, and that sign in, you cannot just register yourself like in all other e-commerce sites or other web application sites. You just can register yourself with your Gmail ID, Yahoo ID, or whatever other IDs you can register yourself. But in Power BI, we will have to sign in using either your work account, as you see at the very last line of the PPT slide, either work account or your school college account. Okay, if you are studying for your learning purpose, you can use your college ID. If at all your college provides you an email ID, you can use that, or you have to use your company email ID to log in and publish the reports into the Power BI service. Okay, without a work account, you cannot sign in. That means without sign-in, you cannot publish the reports in the cloud environment. Okay, so I mean, they've basically introduced this for the office environment related stuff, where within a company, let's say we both are working in the same organization. Let's say you work in Bangalore, I work in Chennai. Let's say in that case, if you create a report, okay, and publish that over the online and share it with me, you can, in the online services, you can share it with me by giving my email ID. And when I log into my Power BI using just my sign-in credentials, again within the same organization, yeah, so you can just share the report from your end, and when you're sharing, when you're shared it, I can just log in into my Power BI, and simply I can see the report which you shared within my online service. When I log into my Power BI, I can see that report just like that. Okay, so that is the advantage they wanted to bring in by signing it and collaborating. So within the organizations, it is very, very useful, such that one can create the report and share it with whoever it is, and the other person can sign in through their official credentials, and they can see all the reports which they are shared. Whoever, let's say you created one report and you wanted to share with your manager sitting in a different location. You just say, I shared it. They can simply log into their Power BI. If the desktop version is installed, that's fine. If not, they can log into their online services, and they can simply go to one particular position where all the shared reports will be available. They click on that, that report will be visible. Okay, that flexibility you get with Power BI basically. If we don't have a official email ID, then we can go and create a domain in Microsoft called on.microsoft.com. You would have heard of it. Okay, Microsoft itself will give you a on.microsoft.com domain where you can create a temporary email ID. For that, you need to pay a bit of it is paid version. I guess some payment needs to be done for that. Okay, so otherwise, if you have an official account, you can. But basically, to create reports and practice for learning purpose, you need not require sign-in as such. I'll show you. So this is how your Power BI icon looks like. When you install it in your desktop, you will see an icon like this. I've just pinned it. Otherwise, you can just go to your start window and start typing Power BI. It will display this Power BI desktop. So yellow background and black icon. That's Power BI desktop. So I click on the. Yes. So this is how it comes when you open the Power BI for the very first time. Okay. So this kind of a window will open. I think you can see this here, right? So a pop-up kind of a window comes where it will basically ask you to sign in and collaborate and share content, where you just have to sign in. But for I mean, for creating and working data with your Power BI, you need not sign in. Okay, just remember that. You can probably close this by just clicking on this close button on the top, and you can start working as usual. Only when the sharing part comes, at that time when we have to sharing and collaborating and importing the data into the cloud, that time we just have to uh, go with the sharing part. You just have to go for signing in. Okay, otherwise you need not sign in at all. You just can continue the way you do. So as of now, I'm just closing this on the close button. I'm not signing in at all. I just leave it like that, and this is how the Power BI tool looks like. That's what I mentioned here. So you do not need to sign in or register for your Power BI Pro account to access your Power BI desktop. You can simply close the window. I just clicked on the close window and it just goes on like that. So if you, I mean, as you want to download, I think you would have already downloaded it. So you can go to powerbi.microsoft.com, and in the document, I have specified the actual link where you have to go to Power BI to download it. Okay, so just keep it downloaded. That would be helpful to you. So once you download it, we need to basically do a few options here for our settings, initial settings. Once you install your Power BI, these are the few options which we need to select, such that it will be helpful for us to create our reports. Okay, so first is your preview feature tab. Deselect any active features while you are taking the course. So preview feature under Power BI, I go to the Power BI file. There will be something called options and settings. Go to options. This is your preview features, and make sure you uncheck all these things. Okay, so I have this updated ribbon, that is fine anyways, you can keep it, but other things, make sure that other things are all unchecked. Okay, so these things, what they will do is they will I mean, these are artificial intelligence kind of a thing. So Power BI will have we are giving more options to create reports by themselves and all that. Okay, hierarchical, slicer, all that. I mean, before you creating it, Power BI only will create for you, but at least while learning, we don't want all these things. We'll just leave that as it is. Okay, and if you go to the data load under current file data load, okay, I have this auto detect new relationship after data is loaded. Okay, so once you load the data, your tool itself will auto detect the relationship. You better uncheck that. Okay, make sure you uncheck that. Okay. I'll tell you why it is. At this point of time, it won't be apt to tell this. I'll tell you probably once we import the data. I'll tell you why this feature is required to be unchecked, especially when you're learning. Okay, probably when you start working, let the tool detect the relationships. But at least while you're learning, make sure you uncheck that. Okay, this is under data load. Previously, it was under preview features. Now it is data load, and there is one more option, which is regional settings. And make sure those regional settings we have that English United States. So regional settings. Okay, make sure this English United States are there. So based on this, it will pick up the dates and all that properly. Okay, so just take that and click OK. All these three options, make sure once you install that, these three options has to be checked accordingly. Right? So okay, we'll understand what is the interface. Okay, so how your Power BI interface looks like and what are the options available with that. Basically, there are three different views available as far as our Power BI is concerned. One is our report view. Okay, that will be the very first. Towards the left, you will have this report view where you can see all the visualizations like this. Okay, actually, this is the one which we are going to create at the end of the thing. With whatever data we have, we are going to create a report like this. Okay, so if you want to see reports and visualizations, you have to go to this report tab, And then the second tab is your data tab, where all your data which you have imported from different data sources will be present there. So data, this is your data tab. And then the third one is your relationships tab. It's a relationship tab where you will create a different relationship between the tables which you imported. Okay, so those are the different views available. Now if I go back to the Power BI, this is where you can see the three different views. This is called report view, this is called data view, and this is called model view. Okay, so currently we are in the report view. Basically, when you open the Power BI for the first time, it will by default take you to the report view where you can see this is called empty canvas. Empty canvas, where we create our visualizations. And if you see at the very bottom of the screen towards the left, you have something called page 1. Like in our Excel, however, we have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Likewise, you can create page 1, page 2, page 3. You can create multiple pages and create multiple visualizations as such. So I click on this plus button and instantly one more page gets created. Like this, you can create multiple pages and create visualizations out of it. And you can just close button, click, you can see a very small close button over there. Click on that, that page will be closed if you don't require. It will ask you to delete this page. Yes, delete it, it will get closed. So that's how you create new page and delete that if required, something like that. Okay, so yes. Yes, now if I go to the second tab, which is called data tab, basically once we start importing data into the data view, you will be able to see the data available here. Okay, different tables we have. How many ever tables you import, you will have the list of tables towards the right. Under this fields panel is there, right? So you will get the different tables over here. How many ever tables you import, that many tables and the columns inside that will be populated inside this. Okay. And the third one is called your model view, where you can just see model view, or in previous versions of Power BI, it will be called relationships. Now it is called model view. One more thing is Power BI gets updated every month. Every month there will be a release of Power BI. Okay. So now if you install Power BI, it might look little different than what the version which I have. Okay. So they will keep updating every monthly wise, and they will give a new release of Power BI month on month basis. Probably this COVID, I'm not sure they would have incorporated much changes as such. But yes, there will be a new release every month. So whichever version you are installing now might look a bit different. Very minor changes will be there. It won't be very huge differences, but that's how it will be. Okay. Likewise, when I was taking the screenshot, you see there it was relationships tab, but now it has become model. They've renamed it as model. But basically, the functionality is same. Only the name is changing, but the functionality is you create multiple tables like this, and you just establish relationship between those tables for you to start constructing a data model out of it. Okay, that is the basic 3 views available with the Power BI. Okay, and if you can go to the home tab, this is our home tab, right? At the beginning, you get an option called Get Data. That is the starting point for our Power BI stuff, right? So when I say Get Data, you can actually start importing data from different data sources. Like I showed you in Excel, we have this, common data sources. These are the main data sources. You can import data from Excel. You can import data from SQL Server. You can import data from text files, any web, or if you click on the More button, you will get another window where like this, where it will show you all the list of data sources, like files from a folder, databases, different sets of databases like SQL Server, IBM DB2, MySQL, Azure database, SAP, etc., Teradata, etc., etc. All the different sets of data sources are available, and Power Platforms are there, different Azure databases are there, online services are there. So it depends. Different projects, different companies use different data sources for storing their data information. Everything they will store in different databases. So whichever is your database which your company is basically using, you can just use that to import data from different data sources. For this particular project, I'm going to, whatever files we have are text files. So I will use the option called text CSV files. Okay, so text CSV, this is and we also will see how to import data from Excel into Power BI and start working. These two things we'll see. Okay. So, yeah. So I'll just show you this Access database. Okay. So how it works is database. I'm just opening my Access database.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my Access database where, let's say, I will just open some file. Yeah, let's say this is the database which I have, movies database. Okay, so this information I already have in my Access server. Okay, these are the different tables. I just double click on that, the data will be displayed towards the right. This information is already present in my Access database. Now this information I wanted to import into my Power BI, let's say. Okay, so I go to Power BI, select Access database. Okay, click on okay, and you are supposed to go to the path where your Access database is there. So I select my place where my database, this is my movies database. I click on open. Yes. So once you start connecting it, it will give you a window like this called navigator window, where it will ask you to select what is the table you are going to select. These are the different tables which are available under our movies database. Okay. So which are the tables? You can select one table, you can select multiple tables, you can basically do any number of tables. Let's say I select this film table and I select this actor table. Okay, so before importing, basically what we need to do is just verify towards the right whether the information whatever you are trying to import is correct or not. Okay, so I just use this data. As of now, these are the two tables which I'm trying to import. So here there are two things, one is load and one is transform data. We'll see this transform data a little later, what exactly it will do and what are the things we need to do. As of now, I'm just loading it. Okay, so I just say load. When I say load, this information whatever you're using here will get loaded into your Power BI. So I say load and using your get data option. That's a very first step which we do as part of our it says auto recovery, but as of now I say no, because again it will take a lot of time. Fine, so that is that's a very first option where you import data from other data sources under home tab. Okay, so we move on. Yeah, these are the three different screens actually. The very first thing, when we were connecting data, I showed you, right? One additional window has come where it has asked you to load the data or transform the data. Okay, so once you load the data, your data will be loaded like this. You can see here the data is being populated over there. This is the data view where you can connect, shape and transform raw data. Basically, you can add your new columns here, all that we will be able to do it here. Okay, and once you import multiple tables, okay, so you can see this screenshot, the second screenshot, where you can see these are the different tables with different columns available in each table, and these lines which are passing over there, they are called as data relationships. You can create relationship between multiple tables using the something called data modeling concepts, using data normalization and primary key, foreign key, all that concepts we have, which will tell you how you have to relate different tables using the data modeling. Okay, so once you are done with it, the third option is to see the visualizations over here in the design view. So these are the three different views basically available with Power BI for us to construct our reports.